Alright, some Dust 2 tips and tricks. We'll start out from CD spawn. We'll start with this cross nade. You want to just get it right on here. So aim like a little below. You can do either one of those. And you want to walk through this. And also watch out when you're throwing that for any especially, I like to do it when I spawn in this angle, but people will walk in front of you, so just watch out for that. And they can't see anything. And this one's good because it leaves, if you just, you can do one of these too. But this kind of messes up the op angle. Yeah, so do that one. Let's go do mid to B smoke. You want to get right in this corner and look at that little speck there, right in the middle. And just be careful because the op from A can still look over this. And also people will spam through the smoke, so try to get to window. Especially if it's like an SMG round or something. And flashing over mid, I don't like to do through the door like this. I just like to pop it over. So that pops like right here. And you can do it over the other side too. Like something like that, or not like that, like this. So that's good. We'll do B entry. I like to throw the same flash that I do smoke. So that will pop here, and a lot of times people will do one of these, and then you have to like fully turn around, which is kind of bad. So if you do this, it gets around the corner, and you don't get flashed. Doesn't really matter, but especially for the smoke, I like to do that. And then it covers you from door and window. Just check car and plat. And then once you get inside, I like to throw a smoke on door like that. Just get it in between, and you can throw it from wherever. That was probably a little far, but you get the idea. Like this. And then I also like to, I usually molly it from here, because this is a little harder, but you can do it from anywhere. Like that. And that was a little short, and I'll get here, but if you're punting here, it's fine. But usually you want to get further than that. Although, I don't know where that went. Ah, that was fine. Okay, and same thing for mid, like flashing over if you're going to peek out. Like that is good. Also, like, you can flash out window and try not to blind yourself, but, you know, if I didn't, yeah. So, and another thing for flashing going into B, you can do this, if I can get it through. So that just blinds like the whole site if you do it right. It also helps like sort of distract because they think you're going in window, but although it's not the best, but and you can do this to flash through. I like doing that a lot better than like that. Or like if you're going up more and it's like goes way back there, because that doesn't really blind anyone. I like to molly not that, but like right under window, because a lot of times a guy sits here. Okay. So if you look like there, underhand, apparently not, but you get the idea. Further than that, I only do that that really exposes yourself. Yeah, that was a left click, but that's all right. I do that. What's next? Xbox smoke. Go back to T-spawn. You want to get right in this corner. You have to be right in the corner. This is a jump throw, so having the bind really helps. Hopefully that makes it. So yeah. So when you're coming out of here, just lets you run right up on a cat and blocks this guy. So we'll do the flash for the guy. If you want to flash someone to get the long peek, you just throw it right over here. Oh, that's smoke, but you know, same thing. And you want to flash it right when they're walking in through the doors. And then that's considering that they're knife out, like about to peek. Like if they're running with their op, it's like, well, they really shouldn't be, but they're not gonna get their. It's designed to, if you have your knife out here, and do like that peek, it'll flash right when you peek. And let's do this cross smoke. I like to this one I mess up sometimes, but I'm aiming for like, or I'm aiming for the smoke to hit here. I'm aiming like above, and I mess it up. So even more above, and I'm always doing it while running. I think you have to. So that'd be probably a bit too far, but you get the idea. The ideal one is like right in the crotch of the tooth, like that. So that leaves a bit of a gap here, but you have that wall, and there might be a bit of a gap. So, but just jumping, the smoke, even if you get it perfectly, there's gonna be a little bit of a gap. Do a car molly. You can do a couple, like if you want to get the guy corner, you can molly there. If you want to get like further back in the car, I do that quite a bit. Mollying cat. When you have sight, you can molly it from here. Especially if you know a guy's there, you could do like this, and without them seeing you. That's a little far. Even without going forward that much. So yeah, or just like when you have sight. And the molly from cat. Let me wait for that. This one's kind of tough because you don't want to expose yourself to that guy or either of these. Like you could just do that, but if you know the guy's hiding behind the blocks, that's probably pretty good. But otherwise, when it's like 3 guys in sight, you want to aim at the like right above the wood on the palm trees, and that'll get to sight. This one's like just by feel too. That one's good. Yeah, and that'll spread, like you see that. The thing about mollies, they always spread after a few seconds. So if you think you're safe, like if a molly's like barely getting in this corner right when it hits, you should move because it's probably gonna get you. Alright, that's it for nades. Okay, now I'm gonna talk a little bit just about like positions and like some nice positions and weird positions. So in CT spawn, there's these boxes. You can stand on all these boxes. So if you're saving in CT, this is a nice, especially with like not op. This is a nice spot. You can get up here. And this box, if you look up here, you can get up here. And so they'll really never check this, like especially if they're walking by. And you can boost a player up onto this. Come on. I don't have someone to boost me, so well, shit. Come on. There. Yeah, so this is a really like sneaky angle because you can see window. No one checks these, like, and you can see their feet here, and if they come out here, you can shoot them with an M4 or something. Yeah. So those are some weird spots, and if they smoked mid to B, I like to get up here because you can see this. Yeah. Okay, if you don't have a, if it's like a save round or you just don't have a smoke mid, jumping across like significantly reduces your chances of getting hit. So jump like that and look at mid. So that's just another position movement thing. I don't know. Outside of B, a nice position if you've taken sight and you can sneak. I'll do like, if it's smoke, I'll flash through like this, and then just get right into here. And they check it, but if you have like 4 players inside or something, they usually won't look there, and you can get some free kills. This is even better. They don't really look here, especially if it's like, if you have time in like a 1v something and plant there, and then get out to here, like, it's pretty good. Car on B, you can, I like playing up on these boxes a lot. You can jump to here and then jump up here, and them coming out of tons, like, get 1 kill, drop back, and go like here. That's pretty good. Back plat of B is kind of weird because you kind of might feel safe, but you're pretty open, especially if your guy on site dies and you're sitting here, like, you're kind of screwed. So if a guy on site dies and bombs down, I like to move back here just to try to hide more. This is a weird spot that you might not expect. It's called fence, and people will sit here not expecting you to check them when coming out, and they'll like wait till 3 people come out, and then your backs are all looking here, and then yeah. So let's go down to lower. There, a lot of times they will peek cat, and you can really only see their head, and this is a really tough shot because they can basically see the top half of your body. Standing up in here, especially when they haven't pushed, allows you to see them a little more when they're coming right out of here. But it also lets them see you. So yeah. But that's, I like to do that. To get up on, if you're low on time and you're rotating to A, you can do this jump, or I do it like all the time, but because it's just easy. It's good to, instead of like going around and up on here and like this, yeah, just jump up on there. But the thing is, like, you can't jump along here. There's this little thing that you have to land on, and that's a crouch jump. And then the normal, this you can get without crouch jumps, but this is a crouch jump, so you have to crouch jump. And I see sometimes people will go like around. Don't do that. Let's go. A lot of times, this is more like a crazy strat, but like it's better if you have a smoke like this smoke or something. But just jumping like this and off, especially if you know someone's here, they're not gonna like be watching that, and it'll take a little bit of delay. Like, they'll probably see you on site, but probably won't be able to kill you. I do that sometimes. Box looking down. Okay, yeah, this is a weird position if you get up here, especially with any sniper. You can see like their heads here. Once they get up to here, you're kind of screwed. Like, unless if there's like 3 of them, so you want to get 1 maybe and run here. That's a bit of a wild spot. There's this spot too that sometimes they don't really. But this is also, you're way out in the open. Like, you're getting 1 or 2 at most. This is a really common spot. So when you're down here, the first thing you check is this, and then I peek to this, or to there. There's a couple boosts here. This is a cap boost, and you can do that, but no, don't do that really. This is elevator, and especially if someone asks for boost onto a site, like when they're all coming along, you have to be right in this corner for them to boost. Like, if you're here, they can't jump up. So just like that. Let's talk about long. You can boost up onto this, and that's alright if you're holding bomb here or something. And you can also boost up onto here. That's pretty good, unless, if you have bomb, don't get boosted here, because if you die there, bomb's stuck there, no one can get it. Let's talk about suicide. this area is suicide, and especially in the beginnings of the round as T, you really don't want to jump down here, because especially when jumping across, they can see that really easily, and they'll see no one's here if there's no one there, and that's an easy kill. If there is someone watching, you could go there as like bait or something, but yeah, that's why I called suicide, because it's terrible. Okay, that's like for little movement tricks, I guess. Okay, now we're actually gonna do some like actual little movement tricks. The first is a jiggle peek. So this is like a normal peek, like that, or like this, I guess. But if there's an opper, if there's an opper right there at that corner, and you know he's there, like you just shot one of your teammates, and maybe it's a 1v1 or something, you could do a little. You want your knife up for this, and you want to just show like half your body, like do that once, and it's to try to bait their shot out, because they'll see like a little bit of you appear really quick, and then they'll shoot, and then if they shoot, then you want to peek and try to get them while the shot is like reloading on the op. It's really only useful if they have an op. Yeah, and you can do it a few times and get more and more out, because sometimes, and if they don't shoot after 4 or 5, they're waiting for you to, they know what you're doing basically, and they're waiting for you to full peek. So yeah, and just about normally peeking, especially if you have a sniper or something, or even like any rifle, you wanna, this is just a normal peek, but that's kind of like slow, especially to get out right to there. And so you can do a crouch peek like that, and that's a lot nicer if you're like know you're gonna like shoot on them right there. And we'll talk about, so that's like a crouch peek, and just in general, spraying while you're uncrouched is it's a lot worse. Although it's from last time I noticed, but just crouching while you're spraying helps a lot, especially. Let me try to get an AK. Okay, I don't know that. Anyways, spraying, because if there's someone here, like if say this is a head, if you're shooting and then it goes up, crouching pulls your bullets back down. So what I do is like shoot the first 4 bullets, say for an AK, or 3 to 4 bullets, and then crouch, and then it helps you control the spray, because like your bullets up there, now they're down there, like you see one up from there down. So even without pulling down your mouse, crouching pulls the spray down. But there's certain times you don't want to do that, but it helps a lot generally. A counter strafe, so especially with a deagle or an AK, when you're trying to get a headshot, you're peeking out like this. You see, I just don't do anything, and that goes like, I was aiming there and I went there. So if you're counter strafe is, so I'm moving left, and right when I shoot, I want to press the right key, and so then that goes where I'm shooting basically, or a lot better at least. And this is a big thing with the AK, and you can get, so that looks like those all are sort of going wrong, and Deagle's inaccurate, but so you're tapping D like while you're shooting, so that's pretty useful. Let me, I'm gonna get an AK and an op, just for this last thing, and just show that with an AK, because the AK is the most useful for that. Okay. And let's see, we can do it like here too. And you can do it like, oh, these are not good, but like that. And then you keep going the other way. If you see, like, those are the ones that actually hit, but, and you can do it like a really, So yeah, and that's just like, you go out, I'm going left, and then tap right when you shoot, just to counteract your movement. So you, for that second when you're shooting, you're not moving at all, if you do it right. It's also like, yeah, a bit of luck, since half the time you're not gonna get it perfect, but it'll still be better than just doing this, because that's like, that's no counteracting at all, right? And that's counteracting. So yeah, okay. Peeking with an op. What you don't want to do is this. This guy there, he can see you like here. Okay, so you don't want to do this. Well, that's fine, but you don't want to crouch slowly, or even just like this. This is not that great either. I'm standing up right now. What I try to do, especially when you know he's there, when I'm coming along, I pull up my op like here, and then peek like that, like crouch down. We'll do the full one. So you get a flash over, op, like that, and you come out a lot faster than the otherwise. Occasionally I will do the crouch thing when it's like I really don't know where people are, and you know, but they can see you way before. So this is like another, like that. And you're even like, you see him scoping in, like half the time I'm not on the exact spot I want to be, but moving in that amount of time, especially when you see him, like you can get to him, it's a lot better. Like doing that, readjusting is a lot better than this, like, because they can see you like for like now, right? And you can't see shit. So I think that's it. All right.